Hi, in this video we are going to quickly refresh our memories on functions. So by definition, a function is a mapping from the domain to the range. So a function maps an element from the domain to another element in the range. So f of 1 is 4, f of 2 is 7, and f of 3 is 10. So what happens is when you substitute these values in the domain into the function, you just get the values in the range. We can denote functions like f of x equals 3x plus 1, or f such that x maps to 3x plus 1, both of which indicate the same function. Certainly, this first one is more algebraic in terms of calculations. So if I substitute, for example, f of 3, I can just go like 3 times 3 plus 1, which is 10. We have some functions where we have restrictions on the domain, such as this example of f of x or this g of x. Now, in f of x, the problem is we cannot divide by 0. So we have to calculate what makes the denominator 0. And we have to exclude this value from the domain. So if I was to write the domain of this function, I would write the domain of f will be x such that x is any real number but -1. For g of x, the problem is inside the square root must be 0 or positive. So I have to go like x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. So x must be greater than or equal to -3. So I would write my domain for g as x such that x is a real number and x is greater than or equal to -3. So this notation is called as a set builder form. You just indicate what you're talking about, the x variables, and you just indicate which number set your x value is, and then you just give the restriction. Now, given two functions f and g, we can write f g of x, and we can also write g f of x. This means f g of x is a composition function, like we substitute the function g into f. This means I'm going to write g of x wherever I see x. So it's going to be g of x squared minus 1 equals g of x is x plus 2, so it's going to be x plus 2 squared minus 1. If I expand the brackets, it's going to be x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 1. So it's x squared plus 4x plus 3. So this is fg of x. For gf of x, I have f of x substituted inside g. So it's going to be f of x plus 2, because I write f of x wherever I see x in here. And I'll write the expression for f of x in here. And I'll have x squared plus 1. So this is gf of x. Generally speaking, the composition functions, when you switch the functions, do not give you the same expression. As you can see, these are totally different. And when it comes to inverse functions, we just swap the letters. First we write y equals 4x minus 1 over x plus 2. This is when you swap the letters. So it's going to be x equals 4y minus 1 over y plus 2. And then you just find the inverse function as shown in here. And the more handsome look of this inverse function would be 2x plus 1 over 4 minus x, to be honest. So this is pretty much it when it comes to functions in the IGCSE level. Now we can dive deep into functions in a pure maths level. Thanks for watching.